Today is June 16, 2013 on Sunday, 10:41 p.m. Pacific Time. This is a serious issue also. This is about our bees. Beemageddon threatens the U.S. with food disaster. This is by truththeory.com. It's dated May 15, 2013. And it's about 1 month dated, but it's very, very important. U.S. honeybees have been dying by the tens of millions, with annual death rates of about 30%. With fewer bees to pollinate fruits and vegetables each year, Beemageddon may soon cause the collapse of the agriculture industry. Honeybees pollinate more than 100 U.S. crops, including apples, zucchinis, avocados, and plums, that are worth more than $200 billion a year. Since 2006, about 10 million beehives, at an average value of 200 each, have been lost in what scientists called the colony collapse disorder, according to a new report by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. There are currently about 2.5 million honeybees colonies in the U.S., which is a drastic decrease from the 6 million that existed in 1947 and the 3 million that existed in 1990. Last winter alone, the honeybee population declined by 31.1%, with some beekeepers reporting losses of 90 to 100%. In the previous 2 winters, beekeepers lost about 22% of their populations. Currently, the survivorship of honeybee colonies is too low for us to be confident in our ability to meet the pollination demands of U.S. agricultural crops, the USDA report states. Wow, that is very, very bad. I hate to say it, but it's very, very bad. California's almond crop, which blooms towards the end of winter, would suffer the most. About 80% of the global almond supply comes from the Golden State's orchards, and 70% of the state's crops is marketed overseas. U.S. beekeepers truck about 1.5 million out-of-state colonies to the almond orchards each year, which depend on the insect's pollination. The colonies are tasked with pollinating about 760,000 acres of almond trees at the end of each winter, and it takes 60% of all U.S. bee colonies to pollinate the $4 billion crop. Zach Browning, a beekeeper, told NPR that the almond orchards have become ground zero in commercial beekeeping and that many beekeepers drive over from their home base in the Midwest. But with a bee shortage that gets worse every year, many of the almond orchards will never be pollinated, which could eventually cause a global almond shortage and economic consequences for the U.S. The USDA knows how the agriculture industry will be affected by the large-scale bee die-offs, but does not know why exactly they are dying in such numbers. Well, let's take a look at this for a minute. Let's see. There are very obvious signs of why they're dying. Chemical spraying, GMO, chemtrails. We can think of many others, can't we, folks? The report cites multiple factors including parasites and disease, genetics, poor nutrition, and pesticide exposure, while also citing last summer's drought as a contributing factor. They're forgetting chemtrails, too. Undernourished or malnourished bees appear to be more susceptible to pathogens, parasites, and other stressors, including toxins, the USDA report states. During CCDs, surviving adult bees abandon their hives, leaving behind the queen bee, brood, and food stores. Bees across the country are not in as good a shape as last year. Eric Mewson, a University of California bee specialist, told the Christian Science Monitor, "When you stress them far enough, the bees just give in." After large-scale honeybee die-offs each winter, beekeepers try to restore their populations in the summer. But with the populations dropping so low, The economic ramifications are almost unavoidable. Oh boy. This has been a serious problem and it looks like it's really bad. Reports of losses of 90 to 100%. Beekeepers are reporting. Okay, folks. This insect is very important to our food chain. Very, very important. We have to find out what's causing their deaths and we have to stop it. We have to help these insects survive. That's going to do it for this report. Pink out.